Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
This world is changing more and more every day, and we've decided to change right along with it. My name is Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the president of Trajectory TV Network. At Trajectory, our vision is to provide a creative platform for top content creators and storytellers from around the globe. We're also dedicated to providing this world with content that is healing, educational, empowering, exciting, and above all else, entertaining and transparent. So right now, I invite all of you who believe yourselves to be global game changers to use the link found here and simply take a chance. Schedule a virtual chat where you'll have the opportunity to share your vision for your very own global television show with me, the network president. So use that link, and together, let's begin changing and healing this world, one story at a time. And remember, whether you have years of experience in front of the camera or zero experience, it doesn't matter. What matters the most is your desire to share great content through television and a willingness to share it with passion and with purpose. You might ask, how do I know if I've fallen in love with my purpose and my purpose has fallen in love with me? It's easy when you've lost your voice because you just can't stop talking about it. I'll see you soon.
don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
Good morning, y'all. Bear with me. It's Monday. I love Mondays and rainy days. Cue Karen Carpenter. And however, or in the hood, see what happened was. Anyway, I'm Dr. Lauren. I'm here. It's a typical Monday. It's a typical any day when things that do not serve you try to get in there and mess up your trajectory from step number one. See, I was just talking about this last night with my husband. I said, honey, you remember? Because he was talking about, stop. Must everything be about me? I'm kidding. No, but he was talking about, honey, I can't believe how much you've changed in the last 10 years. And I was like, what you trying to say? But it was a good thing. And really, and we talked about it for about an hour, right? How I remember just 10 short years ago, or maybe even less than that, on a typical day where, like this morning, can't find my favorite pen, still don't know where it is, so I'm using this one, and how I would obsess over where's my pen, who's moving my stuff, all this stuff. Coffee gets, on your shirt, your phone is dead, whatever it is. I used to go, let it just take my joy for the rest of the day or a great portion of it. No, not anymore. Soon as that happens, soon as things start going a little wishy-washy, right? What do? We stop. Two things. I'm going to use this as an example. First thing you do is you go, wait a minute. Why are things working so hard to get in my way this morning? What's up in front today? I run right to my calendar, which is right here. Okay, at 1 o'clock today. Oh, I had that big meeting at 2 o'clock. Well. It must be something big because y'all working awfully hard to keep me from it, right? Don't let things that don't serve you steal your joy. Count it all from the rooter to the tutor, from top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner, just like this pin that I'm wearing. I wear that to remind me, and I keep one right there on the desk. See why? Because I want to remember that everything is in God's plan, is in the universe's plan, is in whatever you call that is greater than you. It is in the plan, right? It is here to serve you. It is here to work for you. Can I get an amen? Okay, that's the Monday motivational moment. I want to say, first, I'll put the amen up there. Don't be scared, y'all. Come on in. I see you. 269 of you here. Call that friend. Call that mama. Call that sister. Call somebody and get them in here. Bless somebody right now by sharing out the broadcast. Our record for the month on a Monday, what's that number? Give me that number. Last Monday, we had 1,430 of you in here. So let's break that today, shall we? We want to take great to greater. Okay, Bella Purpose is here with us. Been here all 8 years. I ring it throughout the broadcast from time to time when some truth is on the table, because it's a reminder that the truth has a ring to it as well. And we don't want you to miss it. We do not want you to miss it. So one more time. Good morning, beautiful people. Sound off. Won't you please put in the chat where you're viewing from? And we'd love it. Delwar, how are you? Nice to see you. You were first one here this morning. When I got in my chair, I saw you were here. Good to see you. And the rest of you, we'll get to you. But we want to get started. Great show today. Great way to kick off the week. Happy 27th. January is almost over. See? Before I get Dr. Donna Smith Bellenger in here, she's our guest today. Check yourself. Before you wreck yourself, check yourself. Get back on point. Don't give up because you might have slipped off that pedestal that you put yourself on for this year and say, oh, well, I got to wait another year. Get back and start from today. Today is the day that it starts. Forget yesterday. Start today. Start today. Don't worry about it. And remember this. You are never going to be younger ever again than you are right now. So I wouldn't put it off if I were you. Okay. So one announcement before we get Donna in here. Mondays, the monologue's always a little bit longer because we have to recap. And you guys, we are about 8 days away from the big switchover. We're currently, the team's been very busy, moving everything over to a new platform. EV Mux is what we're using for the show, starting in a week and a day because of the syndication. Welcome to the Pluto and the Tubby family. We're so excited. God is great. God is good all the time. An additional 177 million homes now. Wow. See what I'm saying? Just do what Maya says. Do right, and God will bless you. Just be a good steward. Do your best. Follow the 4 agreements. Real quick, if you're in the Boston area, I'd love to catch up with you. If you're there, we can have a coffee, shake hands, take a walk, whatever we have time for. It is March 2nd. I'll actually arrive on Saturday, the 1st, for the PitCon conference. 6,000 plus chemists from all over the world will be there. But I want to see you just to hang out if you'd like. So more information on all my social media platforms, or send me a DM and we'll do lunch. Dr. Smith Bellenger, Dr. Donna, calling Dr. Donna. Pick up a white paging phone, please. A few years back, when I first got started, my very first keynote was for a group called Engaging Speakers. I found my first coach, Barry Schimmel, there. I met the wonderful Gail Brown, so many people, and among them, Dr. Donna. And I don't know if she even knows this, but I remember it was the first award I'd ever gotten since Cub Scouts in 1971. Right, the Shooting Star Award. And it really spoke to my spirit. You got to start somewhere, right? And I'm so glad I started with these wonderful people over at the Engaging Speakers family. And Dr. Donna was there. Without further ado, you guys, put some hearts on the screen, won't you please? It's our virtual way of saying welcome. Dr. Donna Smith Bellenger is coming down the hallway. Here we go. Well, good morning, Dr. Donna. How are you?
Coming down the hallway.
I know that's
yes.
right. You guys,
yes. Good morning, Dr.
Good
Lloyd.
morning. Can you guys change the background? Thank you. There we go. Yes. How you? Oh, you look great.
Thank you.
That's a great pattern on you. Donna, I want to see
you would like it.
It's beautiful. 888. Somebody write, what's the angel number for 888? We just hit it. Keep going. Donna.
Yes.
I want to see a picture of you when you were like in your 20s and stuff, right? Because you're still a dime piece. Y'all don't know what that means. That's hood talk. You're still a dime piece. So beautiful. I just want to know this. And I want you to hit it when you do your little intro. I dip out. I don't really read bios. I let people speak for themselves, right? So I leave the stage and give you the stage for up to a minute. And I just want you to kind of just start things off today by sharing with us what you woke up with on your spirit today. What did God place on your heart today? And just pour into us. And then I'll come back and we'll take it from there. Sound good?
Perfect.
All right. All you take it away, Dr. Donna.
Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Donna Smith Bellenger. To give you the little bitty background, sales is my natural language. So I am very, very passionate about helping people to create their own economy using their gifts. But when I woke up this morning, and for the last week, as I wake up every day, I wake up with an attitude of gratitude, but also the question that's been on my heart is, if today was the last day, would I have any regrets? Because since I've been gifted with this day, I can go ahead and knock some of those potential regrets right on out the door. I can focus on what I know I need to focus on. I can touch who I feel I need to touch. And I can just be more of an instrument and a solution than a detriment. So that is the thing. It took me a long time to get to be that way because I started out as a homeless teenage mother, and I discovered that I had a network of people that I met and connected with who saw things in me that I did not see in myself, which is why networking is so very, very important. And speaking your passions and speaking your dreams and putting it out there is so very, very important.
Yes. Oh, beautifully put. Thank you, Dr. Donna. Wow. I didn't know you were a homeless teenage mom. Wow.
Yeah. I had my first child right out of high school. And when he was 6 weeks old, my family gave me a week to get out of the house, told me no good man would ever want me, and I'd be working the streets in 6 months.
Well, we see how that turned out. See, so you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, because most of us did. And what I learned is, can I be candid, y'all? Okay, thank you so much. And this is for somebody who's listening. For real, here comes a word. You don't worry about what people think. Nobody. I don't care. Mama, daddy, sister, brother, strangers. It's up to you. People's opinions are like the shadows that hit the ground from a tree, when the sun hits the leaves and stuff during the day. But when the sun goes down, those shadows are gone. What's still standing there? The tree. We're the trees, right? So, Donna, how did you use that? Because I know what it's like when I was back, finding my way. People talk shit, this, that, and the other. And then I started doing better. They still talk shit. Then I rose above it all, left them in the dust. And I ain't ashamed to say it. And they still talk shit. That's why I say, Dr. Lauren, I don't have haters. I have closet fans. They love me. They just don't know it yet. That's my job. So I want to ask you, how did you use that at 16 to fuel whatever it was you fueled, to take you to what was next for you? And also a two-parter. Did you come back around, and did the fences mend in that? You know what I'm saying? Because family.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, talk about that. How long did it take for it all to start making sense to everybody?
It took a while. I will say this. Because I had a rather privileged upbringing, I determined that I wanted to provide for my family the way I had been provided for. And I was raised that it is a parent's responsibility to push their child further than they were able to get. That was the way that I was raised. And then that other thing happened. My father remarried. I got the stepmother. This person was not my biggest fan. And that's how those things happen. So because of the attitudes that I encountered in my family, oh, how beautiful. Thank you, darling. Breakfast. Yes. Okay, yes. The fabulous diet that you're on. I love it.
I am. Oh, thank you, because they already sent me a little thing. You forgot to mention. Thank you, Donna. I didn't want to interrupt you. The Metabolic Balance Kitchen. Dr. Jane is my coach, and we're doing well. I posted it. 177 something today, down from 198 in less than a month. There you go. Thank you for that reminder. Go ahead. So you and the little boy, what's his name? First name, your son?
Clifton.
So you and Clifton, Bonnie and Clyde, two against the world.
Two against the world. And so, long story short, I had to learn the lesson that you and I are just discussing, that I did not have to please everyone, because I came up in the decade where women were people pleasers. But I couldn't be a people pleaser in corporate. That wasn't going to get me paid. And so I had to learn that even though in most instances I was the youngest, I was the only person of color, and of course I was a woman. Those were what I used to call the trifecta in business. I started out I worked a factory for a while. Then I did some admin work for a national brand, thanks to DEI. All right, which of course we're losing now, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's going to force us to stretch and to be better. It's just going to help us to stretch. So when I moved into sales, which I had done in high school, but I didn't realize it was like my natural talent and my natural language. I went to go into a school, and when I applied to this particular school, I wanted to learn computer operations. They said, oh, but you're testing, you should be a programmer. I knew I didn't want programming. I had already done that. So I said, my favorite way to get out of a conversation, I am so sorry I wasted your time. And I'm just going to pick up my toys and go and have a nice day. They called me on the phone that night, and they said, we want you to come and take the course that you requested. And we also want you to work for us, because as the director said, nobody ever tells me no. I was like, okay, well, you got the right person, because I'll tell you no anytime now, because I was finding myself. So my corporate career was stellar. My personal space was tore up from the floor up. I was trying to please all of the wrong people. I was living into the negativity that had been poured on me. And I had not yet realized my own value. And so the work that I do now, when I'm working with small business owners, when I'm working with people who are leaving corporate to start their own, one of the first things that we talk about,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull up my little mug, is this. You have to know your non-negotiables.
I know
You
that's right.
must know your non-negotiables. You need to know what does and does not serve you. And when I'm working with individuals, there's so many times that we work with coaches and those coaches begin to push us into their model
Yeah.
as opposed to asking us what we want.
Yeah.
My first question to anyone that I'm working with is, what is your goal? What is your big, hairy, audacious goal? What would make this a win for you? And I push them. I push them. Somebody said, "Oh, I need to pay off my house and send my kids to college." Okay, no, that's not the big goal. Okay, bink, that's done. What else? Well, I want to make sure my parents are taken care of. Okay, bink, that's done too. What else? And when I push them to another level, what I say to them then is, that's what you think cannot happen. That's why that's that big goal I had to pull. So
Out of
then
you
what
like
we
a tooth.
do is we begin to create the deliverables that will get them to that space.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have a meditation or a visualization that's on my website under free resources. And we have them visualize their perfect day. And after we go through, what do you see? What do you taste? What do you touch? What do you do? Who's in your space? All of those things. And we end the day on that high note. And we go to bed resting our head knowing, oh, this was like the perfect day. I ask them, tomorrow morning, what's next?
Time to.
Because that's when we have really pushed it.
So,
And you cannot allow other people to set these boundaries for you.
stop taking my segue work. I was
I'm
just
sorry.
getting ready to use that. I'm not kidding. Look. Boundaries. There's the word. That's where I was going. Oh, we're in sync. We're in sync.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
they do not have permission to do that. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. This is the other thing that I tell people frequently, and when I'm talking to my audiences, you know how we've heard the term, you got to draw a line in the sand?
Mm-hmm.
You got to draw a line in the sand. Here's what I invite you to consider. You draw that line in the sand behind you because those are your lessons learned. You do not create another barrier in front of you that you have to break through. No. These are your lessons learned, tuition paid. Okay, bring the wisdom with you. You leave the pain behind that line.
Okay. Now, I'm glad you said that because when I wrote down boundaries, I also wrote with it alignment. I wrote down alignment because the thing about it is, oftentimes people think or mistake or misplace within their mindset that a lesson, once they have the lesson, okay, close that box, seal it all, pack it up, put it in the attic of your life, and just leave it. I'm glad I'm done with that. But the reason you have a lesson is so you can take the gold from it and take it forward. I mean, come on now. When it shows up, it looks like a turd. But when you dig through it, I know this is a horrible visual, but it works. You got to find the diamond in it. See, the universe, God, spirit, they don't believe in mistakes. That's just what they do to keep our shit interesting. You know what I mean? Don't you want an interesting life? And Donna, let me ask you this: in your work, how? Because I already know the number's going to be high. Using a percentile, what percentage of the work that you do with people is really based on reframing perspective?
Oh, it's a good 90%.
Talk about that. Because a lot of
I
people.
will talk about that. Here's something. that I find interesting. And I want your audience to consider this because they have been through this. And they may not have known there were words for that, or it was a situational thing. They may have thought it was just them. All
Okay.
right. And it's not. So when you are speaking to people, stop waiting for your chance to talk and listen to them. Listen to what they are actually saying. All right.
You've been
This
talking to
is
my husband
no.
because he says that to me all the time. I have that. I have ADHD, and I still have to fight that. I'm listening. I'm going in my mind. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Okay. Just not really listening. Waiting for a break so I can jump in.
So you can jump in. So I have this. This is my rose quartz. And I keep it with me. It's on my desk. And sometimes I hold it, and I hold it to remind myself to shut up. Let them get it out. What I have to say is not more important than what they are saying. I have to let people get their complete thought out. Because we have heard people go Punch and Judy, get da 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 on each other. They're saying the same thing, but they're saying it differently.
Yeah.
But they're saying the same thing. So what I call this, and I've taught at a collegiate level, and I love when I work with my youngins, but you have to learn to be bilingual. And when I say bilingual, I don't mean another nationality or whatever. I mean, how are they processing information? Are they visual? Are they auditory? Is this a person who strictly deals with numbers? Is this a person that, if you want to really find out what's on their mind, you have to ask key questions? You have to probe. All right. And some of us are going to hear ourselves in these descriptions that I'm saying, because you may say, well, yeah, I could have told them that, but nobody asked me. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm telling everybody right now, you are not broken and you don't need fixing.
Right.
What we need is to understand ourselves and then take the time to understand other individuals. That's where collaboration and community comes from.
Yeah.
Valuing differences. So when I'm working with individuals in the work that I do, let's say I'm talking about networking.
Right.
I have a little talk that I do that's called, Why Doesn't Anyone Understand Me? How to Communicate Across Gender, Generation, and Geography. Listening is the first key.
Oh, right on time again. Donna, did we have rehearsal and I didn't know it? Because sometimes I show up to stuff and they tell me about it later. I was there. Sure was. Because you know my ADHD. Look, I had that pulled up, ready to go. Let's go right to it. Explain what that is on the screen right there. Active listening.
Active listening is you being present to the conversation that's going on. We've got all kinds of terms and I call it jargon sometimes, but we've got all of these little terms that sometimes can confuse you. Okay.
But if we're sitting there quietly, how are we active? Some people think active means active listening. But what am I supposed to be doing if I'm listening? Explain the active part of
the active part of the listening is just understanding the framework of the conversation, people. Be in the conversation. What is their intention? What is the outcome that they're looking for? How can you support them in this conversation without trying to be the smartest person in the room and trying to force your opinion into that particular person?
Yeah.
You don't want to do that when you're doing active listening.
Okay, let's do this. Let's go there. We got so much. See, like what I just did. This talks about what I'm about to step on right here. Excuse me. So we have, but it takes two to tango. So I don't, you never or rarely, I don't think I heard anybody. I don't even know if there's a name for it. The other person who I'm active listening to. But some people, I have been that way. I ask 6 questions in one breath sometimes. And they go, okay, well, which one of those do you want me to address first, Dr. Lauren? So when you're the one that has the stage, it has the ear, and they are focused, undivided attention, is there a responsibility to the person who is active talking to know how much to put out there so that the people, because they can only stack so much if they're tracking you or trying to. You see what I'm saying? So in order
No,
to
I know
keep
exactly what you're saying. And
okay.
one of the things that you have to do is watch them and watch their body language and see what's going on. The other thing that you need to do, two things actually. Number one, don't give complete control of the conversation over to the other person. Give them their space, but then pair it back to them. So, Dr. Lauren, if I understand what you're telling me, you're saying that I need to listen to you intently and then support you, but provide my thoughts regarding this particular topic. Is that what you're asking me to do?
Mm-hmm.
So that you are in sync in that particular conversation. Now, we all know that there have been conversations that we have had with individuals that's like 5-10 minutes of your life you'll never get back. Okay.
Yeah.
And we understand that, and particularly when you are networking. But here is the thing. Do you know that almost every conversation that you have is indeed a sales conversation?
Mm.
It is a sales conversation, whether it is in your business, in your career, or in your relationships. It starts with the little baby who knows who to smile for and who to cry for. That
Mm-hmm.
was the sales interaction. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you are having a conversation, again, don't try to be the smartest person in the room. Know what the desired outcome is for that specific conversation. Now, quit trying to make everybody come over to your side of the fence. That is not going to serve you. That is definitely not going to serve you. So when you go into a networking event, whether it's in your career, in your church, in your relationships, whatever it is, start with providing value to the person that you are speaking to. Start with that. When I walk into a networking event, Lord, please don't walk up to me and say, "Hi, what do you do?" I'm not ready to get sold. I don't go to these events to get sold
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the right way to approach,
The
or
right
a better
way
way?
to approach, I have several. I wrote a book years ago called You Lost Me at Hello.
I remember that.
Actionable principles that move
That
you
was the
beyond
book you had
network.
just written when I met you.
That's right. You lost me at hello. So
This
here's
is
the
great.
deal. When you meet these individuals, why don't you start with something like this? Hi, I'm Donna. It's a pleasure to meet you. You know, there are a lot of different things you could have been doing today. What made you choose this event to give your time to today? And who are you looking to meet? See how simple that is?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you choose this event? And there are a lot of reasons. You may have come to learn something, you may have come to meet someone. It could have been to expand your business, you could be looking for your special someone. There are a lot of reasons. Speak it. Just go ahead
Okay.
and speak it,
I love that, and I got something
because
for that.
this is the way so many of the things that happened in my life occurred. People saw things in me that I did not see in myself
Mm-hmm.
because I would speak. I would say, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, or because I would consistently ask them questions. How can I serve you? How can I support you? Who do you need to meet? And
Let's talk about that
who do
right
you
there.
need to meet?
No, how can I serve you? Here's another thing. A lot of us, when someone shows interest, it's kind of a cousin of that thing that people do when like 90% of the population cannot accept a compliment. Ooh, Donna, I love your hair. I couldn't do a thing with it. What a beautiful blouse. This old thing, right? It just says thank you, and then looking for something to reciprocate the compliment, because it's not
Mhm.
hard to find something nice and it's be legitimate about somebody. So how can you give us a couple tips on how to that false modesty when people say, "Oh, what can I do? How can I serve you? Is there anything I can help you with? What do you need?" Oh, no, I'm good, thank you. No, I'm good, because you don't have anything at the ready. How do we do that and also balance the scale so it doesn't seem like all of a sudden everything but the kitchen sink comes vomiting out of your mouth? How do we
Yeah,
do
that
that?
tsunami, that tsunami that comes
Yeah,
into.
you got anything on that?
Yeah, I do, because if you pay attention, spirit is with you. And if you quit trying to be so important, spirit will help guide that conversation. It will. I had a situation once where someone said to me, Donna, if you could do anything in the world and money was not an issue, what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
And spirit came in. Evidently, this was a question my spirit had been waiting for and I didn't know. And I had an answer for it and I didn't know. And immediately out of my mouth came the words, all I really want to do for the rest of my life is travel and train. And literally, I did this because I was like, where'd that come
Did
from?
that.
Where'd that come from?
Right.
But when you allow yourself to come to the point that you are not trying to be a pale imitation of someone else's idea of success,
Ooh, not a plane, a pail. A pale
then
imitation.
what is true for you will manifest. What
I,
is true for you will manifest.
that's beautiful.
So quit trying to live into everyone else's expectations.
Mm.
What did I get? I got no good man will ever want you and you'll be working the streets in 6 months. For about 30, nope, I can say it. I know exactly how long it was. For 40 years, I lived into that. My career was wonderful. My personal life, like I said, toe up from the flow up until I made the decision. You know how we cut deals with God? Okay, you know how that goes. And I was like,
Yes.
Lord, I can pick every piece of junk, or as my godfather said, I can put you in soldier field full of every righteous man in the world, and you will go under the bleachers and find the bum stuck under the gum wrapper and
Mm.
bring it home like you found a prize.
Ooh.
That's what he, and that was his way of saying, stop doing this. You deserve better. And so when I had the conversation and I said, God, you know what? I'm screwing this up. So if it's intended for me to have someone in this life, I'm going to be open to it. And if not, I trust that you have a plan. But you know how we always got to deal. Lord, if
Yes.
you're listening, Lord, if you're listening, could I have a man who is religious but not a zealot, intelligent but not a know-it-all, and attractive but doesn't think he's better looking than me? Now you have an
Okay.
idea of some of the things that I had been dating. I met my husband in 30 days.
Wow.
Okay. And we have been together now. Yeah, we've been together now for over 20 years. We've been married. It'll be 19 years this fall.
Okay. Did you
Okay.
wait? Did your husband just have a birthday?
In September, yeah.
Yeah, I remember not too long I saw you guys celebrating something on social. Okay.
We
Let me ask
celebrate everything.
you really do.
We
I
would
love that.
celebrate pocket lint. We just don't care because we are not growing up. We spent a lot of time with the wrong people. And so now we are enjoying every moment that we have together.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's and you saw him when when we graduated and all these
Yeah.
other things happened. We are just joined at the hip.
Yeah.
And we travel together. He is a science fiction author. And go to stevebellinger.com. He is an award-winning sci-fi author. His stuff is on Audible.
Oh,
And I go with
well,
him to his awards and these other things. Yes, indeed, shameless plug.
I know that's right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Less the
And
shame. You don't got to be ashamed to tell the truth ever. Go ahead.
totally proud of him. And he is always my biggest cheerleader.
So would you
That's
say
what
you
we
two are
do.
evenly yoked?
We are. We couldn't be more different. And he likes to quote Rocky. when he talks about him and Adrian, and he says she's got holes and I've got holes and we fill each other's holes.
There you
That's
go.
kind of how, together we make a whole, and it works really, really good.
I got something I want you to go into that I bet you no one's ever asked you to address. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Call me a liar if I'm wrong, but I'd like you to talk about, because you do help people with networking and how to show up and how to go in. Because I'm going to tell you, I can't even count how many clients that have come to me in the past, and it's the thing I have to break them out of. Hi, Dr. Jan. Which she will admit, Dr. Jan, use that as a example. When I met her 7 years ago, I told her, I said, listen, if you're going to work with me, you got to quit. You got to get out of this lifestyle of being an event groupie. Go on to a bunch of, then the person that wrote the book, and all they do is go to lunch meetings and stuff, different clubs, and stand up so they can talk about the book. And then they got 18 boxes of them in their basement. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is this. I find that a lot of people who stand on the same square of life and don't move, that began because they painted themselves in a corner through the art of name dropping. They go talk about the name droppers and why this will not benefit or serve you. And you know what I'm talking about.
I have talked to people about that. I actually fired a client because of that. And one of the platforms that I speak on frequently is if you've ever gone to Black Women's Expo. I've done panels and things for Mary Green. And I get on these panels and people have to immediately say, well, I belong to this sorority, this fraternity, this person's in my family, that person's in my family. My mentor was. Here is the deal. You are what you are building. This is to be your brand. All right.
Yeah.
And so nobody's going to pay you for your alma mater. Nobody's going to pay you for your relatives.
Right.
That's not what's happening. When people want to work with you, they are working with you because you are the expert that has proven you can make the pain stop.
But wait, you mean to tell me they're not going to hire me because I was at an event in California and had Marky Mark standing next to me, or Halle Berry, or Ashton Kutcher, or something like that, and I took a flick with them and put it on my website? You're saying that doesn't give me credibility?
That absolutely does not give you credibility. It means you bought a ticket and you positioned yourself properly. I have tons of photos with a lot of celebrities. My husband loves taking photos with celebrities. And that's absolutely wonderful. But here's the deal. You can be social media rich and revenue poor. Okay? That is not going to get you paid. You can have an Amazon bestseller. Thank you very much. And that's absolutely wonderful. But it's not what you say. It's what other people say about you.
Thank you.
It's not who you know, it's who knows you.
Uh-oh.
So when you walk into a room, and I did a television interview once on networking, and the host said, well, Donna, when you walk into an event and you don't know anybody, how do you go into the event? I said, you walk in like you own the room, because you know who you need to meet in that room.
Exactly.
You did your homework before you went into this room.
That's what I did with engaging speakers. Were
you know
there?
Who you met? Yes.
Do you remember how I was interviewing out there?
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because I paid that girl $3,000, that video thing. I was like, and you are not going to just sit around and wait for me to go on stage. I had to feel that. I didn't even know what I was doing, really, but it made sense to get your value.
All of your accolades, you got all of your praise set up for you. You were extremely strategic. And what we are not habitually is we are reactive. We are not proactive.
You know what? You're going to get out my head. Look, look, that was the next question.
Yeah, Yeah, but that's what we do. We are reactive and not proactive.
Okay, so use both of these: reactive, proactive, and reacting and responding.
Absolutely.
Oh, because I know you know.
So when you are being reactive, you're like, oh my God, I got to go to this event and I got to take my business cards and I got to get my business cards into everybody else's hand because it's only 3 days until the end of January and I need to make another $5,000. Somebody in here buy something. Well, now you just became
I've been there.
not a professional. Now you are a peddler.
And you desperate.
You're a peddler.
And people can smell desperation a
Oh,
mile away.
absolutely. They can smell fear. They can smell fear. And that's what comes up. However, I'll give you an example. I have a mastermind that I'm getting ready to start. It's on my website, Revenue Reset Mastermind. And on that page, there is not click here to buy, click here to join. It is apply here because I'm not just putting anybody in there. I know that I only want the people in that mastermind that I can serve to my highest ability. And by doing that, what am I going to get from them? Great, I trademarked the term testimonials, great recommendations on the results that I delivered for them because people pay you for results. You got hired at wherever it is you're working because they knew you could deliver a specific result. It's always about the outcome. So when you walk in knowing the outcome that you want,
Yes.
and I'm going to
I
run
know.
through this very, very quickly. Also on my website is a thing called a time value calculator. If you run through that, you're going to determine what your hourly value is, not what you should bill or anything like that, but what your hourly value is. And if your hourly value was, let's just say $200, and you get ready to go to one of these events that you just can't miss. Okay, so it's an hour to get ready, an hour to get there. You're going to be there for 2 hours. It's going to be an hour for you to get back home. Okay, 5 hours, $200 an hour, $1,000. Somebody in that room owes you an opportunity that's going to give you that $1,000. If those people are not in the room, stay home.
So, right there, how many people do you think 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, or 5 out of 5 go all the way up to the door of what you just described, but they're not patient? They think somebody's going to say something. They need to see it right there, Johnny, on the spot. So if they don't hear something, the right thing that they have preconceived themselves to think they should in order for there to be an opportunity there, they stop it there and move on to the next. So what do we do to set that up so that it can now be nurtured? Real things that grow need to be nurtured. So you got to plant something and wait on it sometimes.
You do have to do that. I have people who have told me, well, Dr. Donna, I only want to talk to people who are ready to buy. I don't even want to have a conversation with them if they're not ready to spend money with me or whatever. And I said, sweetie, that's like going on a blind date and that date handing you a condom as soon as you say hello. They're just trying to cut to the chase.
I don't need to know your name. Come on, let's go.
So here is the situation. We only buy from people that we know, like, and trust. Think about how you buy. You only buy from people that you know, like, trust. Why do you think the person that you're engaging with is dumber than you? Why do you think that? This means that you were thinking that you are way up there, you are above them, you are the smartest person in the room? Get over it. If you're going into rooms where you are the smartest person in the room, you need a new room because you're not going to learn and you're not going to grow. So quit reacting and waiting for everybody to please you. I wish I could tell you you're the center of the universe. You're not that important.
I know that's right.
That's why there are billions of people on this planet. Those people that you see that are all of that, you have no idea the work and the sacrifice that went into them getting to that particular place. And then how many of them do you see getting sick, having heart attacks, overdosing, having all of these negative things happen due to the pressure, self-imposed pressure of trying to remain on that pedestal? Please, Here's my mission statement for my business. The work that I do must affect more than the bottom line because it is not the transaction, it's the testimony.
Uh-oh.
It is not just about me. It is not just about you. My grandmother used to sing the song all the time. If I can help somebody, if I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain. We must remember to listen, to engage, to grow, to give a hand up, and just remember that it's not all about us.
Amen. Donna, I want to, we have about 5 minutes left, and we want to put Donna's connector up on the screen. LinkedIn is her jam, and it's there. And of course, as always, at the conclusion of today's broadcast, you'll find the same link inside the comment section right at the bottom of the thread for easy access. So don't forget that. So you go over. Let me ask you this. Take us out by giving some tips, if you could. A lot of people, it's the beginning of the year. We, we make a lot of plans and commitments and create covenants with ourselves and what we may believe in is greater than us. A lot of people call them New Year's resolutions, what have you. But setting those intentions, but then right around now or coming up shortly from now, people start to, we distance ourselves and everything starts, all the bright colors start to fade and nothing happens. What can you suggest for people on how to get to that small win that they can celebrate, that will take them to the next small win that they can celebrate, that will keep the momentum going until they hit the big win? What can you suggest so people just stay actively engaged in getting there and not just focus on the thing at the end and miss all of the journey?
And the journey is what's very, very important. So here's what I'd like for everyone to consider. What is your big audacious goal for 2025? What's your big goal? Is it to take 2 trips? I have a client who spends 2 months abroad every single year. Last year, she was in Turkey. This year, she's going to be in Thailand, 2 months. Let's say that was your goal. That's what I want to do. Terrific. If that is the goal, as you're looking at every single day, when the phone rings, when the email comes in, whatever, say to yourself, is this action going to get me closer to that goal? If it is not a priority. Don't get distracted. Don't, as I put it, chase squirrels. Okay? Keep your eye on the prize. And if you need to adjust that goal, maybe, okay, I'm not going to go overseas this year. Maybe this year what I'm going to do is stay domestic. I'm going to go here. And in order to do that, whatever it happens to be.
Yeah.
But as you go through your day, are these actions going to bring me closer to my goal? And as you do that on a daily basis, hey, I did 3 things today, 1 thing today. I avoided something that would take me away from my goal. Pat yourself on the back. Congratulations. That was a step, because remember I said you draw the line behind you. You leave the challenges back there. You bring the lessons forward with you. So bring your lessons forward in 2025. Celebrate even the smallest of wins. And if you don't know how wonderful you are, ask somebody.
There you go.
Dr. Lauren, you ask somebody, Dr. Lauren, if you were to introduce me to someone, how would you introduce me? What do you think of me?
Oh, that's a great one. Love it. That's a golden one. Take it with you. And thank you, Robert Brooker. I don't know where you found this one, but I absolutely love it. I'm going to write it down and put it on my page today as my spotlight quote. The reward of the journey is who you become while traveling it. I think that is wise, wise, wise. Just like you, Dr. Donna Smith Bellenger, and all of you, I know you are wise, but if you want to put an E and an R on the end of that and become wiser, I suggest you use the link that's on your screen right now and about to be dropped inside the comment section. Donna, thank you so much. You're welcome back anytime. I wish you the best year ever. It's the year of Jubilee. Abundance, blessing, increase, prosperity, all headed for you, but only going to walk into the houses of those of us who expect it. Don't be surprised. It'll disappear because surprised people don't know what to do with a blessing. That's it for today. Thank you, Dr. Donna, and thank all of you. Now, listen, tomorrow we have Jeremy Shoemaker. He's going to be here, has a wonderful new podcast. He's going to share that with us. And listen, get out there today and find the highest place you can be to serve this world and help ease some suffering in this world. Now, get out of here. Don't you dare let my screen door slam on the way out. And remember, Dr. Lawrence says it every day, and he means it every single day. I absolutely love you. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Amen.
Okay, everybody get out of here. Dr. Donna, go change those lives like you always do and keep doing it. We love you. Thank you. Great job today. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Have the best day ever. Mwah. See ya.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How explicit do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine.